Hello students, today we start a topic types of contract. In a last lecture we discuss about the introduction and different types of the contract, and in a types of contract we discuss about the three types of the contract. Now we start another types of the contract. Here fourth type of the contract is a all-in contract or entire contract. So this is rare form of the contract, but considered first because in it is on case to be the promoter, and large firm or a large firm of the construction of both design and construction. And in this form of the contract, the owner specifies his requirement and also broad and general outline of a proposed work, and a contractor has to submit a full particular of a detailed investigation, design and construction cost, including the maintenance work for a limited period of the time. Now, in a all-in-one contract, the two parties agrees to the term and condition of the executing the project through all the above phases, and this form of the contract is suitable to some exceptional type of the work, and in a seldom adopted for a normal work. So the work most suited to this form from an industrial facilities where from are in a market with say pattern processing plants. Now another type of the contract is a labor contract. So sometime the owner is in position to purchase a required material himself, and in such a cases he invites tender only for the labor work. So only labor is required in this type of the contract. All the materials are given by the owner, and the contractor put their rates for the labor per unit of execution of the each item, and it is absolutely too necessary to state these rates include the use of the contractors plant and equipment, then after all necessary false work, third is the contractor supervision, and fourth is the contractor profit. So the overall responsibility of the work is of the contractor, and he has to arrange in such a way in a proper rates of progress in maintain for the work, and the owner has to see that necessary material are given on a site and when it's required. So in a labor contractor only labor are required and material provided by the owner. So here some of the advantages of the labor contractor is there. So here the material stored by the government are utilized, and the increase in the cost of the work is checked in spite of any rise in the price of the such a material in a market. And third advantage is that difficulty in obtaining certain material in an open market can be avoided, and thus better progress of the work with standard quality material can be maintained because all the material given by the owner. Now next is the disadvantages of the labor contract. So here there are maybe delay in obtaining the material by a department. Consequently, the contractor is required to keep himself in touch with the day-to-day position regarding the supply of material from the department, and a large storage area is required to store the different kind of the material, and constant guarding is required, and thief from the store, shortage of material, difficulty during the handling or accounting, all the material are constant worries for the department. And refund of surplus department material by a contractor is in a good condition, wastage and demog etc are also involved in this type of the contract. Now next type of the contract is a material supply contract. So in this form of the contract, contractor have to offer their rates for a supply of required quantity of the material, inclusive all the local taxes, carriage and delivery charge, and specified stored within the time limit, and in a particular area. And this type of the contract is generally used when the purchase of material which brick, stone, chips, furniture, pipes, and specially material are involved, and all the material received should be examined and counted or measured as the case may be when delivery is taken. Now refund or a surplus department refund. Now next is some of the advantages of the material supply contract. So here payment of this type of the contract can be made promptly, and so the contractor try to take the supply order even less profit, resulting low cost of material. As a supply of the material is taken through a contractor, and the department receiving the supply of material is not of worry due to loss of material, breakage, or a demurrage charge during the transit. Now here some of the disadvantages also in a material supply contract. So constant control for a quality of the materials to be received in several batches at a different time is required, and during the submission of the tender, intending contractor may form a ring to get the supply order at a higher rate. Now another type of the contract is a piecework agreement. So here piecework agreement is that where only rate are agreed upon without reference to the total quantity of the work or a time, and that involves payment of work done at a stipulated rate. And in case of the petty work value up to the 10,000 rupees, each inclusive of the cost of material may be carried out through the contractors by piece of work agreement. Now here the PW agreement contains only the description of different item of work to be done and the rate to be paid for, but does not provide the quantity of different item of work to be done and the rate to be paid for, but does not provide the quantity of different item to be executed nor the time within which work is to be completed. And detailed specification of the different item of the work to be done are however included in a PW agreement, and the total cost of the work to be done is also mentioned. Here some of the advantages of the piecework agreement. So here urgent small work may be taken up for execution without involving the tender, and considerable time is saved. And second advantage is that if the contractor delay to execute the work or uses inferior quality of material or leave the work partially complete, another contract may be engaged at any time. So these are the main advantages, and some of the disadvantages that, so for this type of the small work, approved contractor find a little interest, and such a work is entrusted to petty contract having a little experience, and no penalty clauses and no security money is kept in a PW agreement. Now another type of the contract is a cost plus percentage rate contract. So in this system contractor is paid the actual cost of the work plus an agreed percentage in addition to allow for a profit, and contractor arrange the material and labor at his cost and keep proper account, and he is paid by the department or honor the whole cost together with a certain percentage, say 10% profit as agreed upon behalf, and an agreement is prepared with all the condition of contract in advance. And in this case proper control in a purchase of the material and in a labor shall have to exercised by the department owner. And this type of the contract is generally adopted when the conditions are such that labor and material rates are liable to fluctuate. And in adopting this system is tendering no bill of quantity or a schedule of rate has to be framed, but the owner or a department should carefully define the actual cost and record exactly what is permissible in the cost of work. So here some of the advantages for cost plus percentage rate contract. So here it has the merit that contract can quickly be drawn up and agree, and also work off and all the urgent nature put in a hand complete without delay. And this type of the contract system is more suitable during the war period where urgency is required. And this type of the contract is suitable when the work cannot be executed by the owner. Type of contract at a competitive rate due to uncertainty and fluctuation in a market rate of a labor and material. So here also some of the disadvantages that cost supervision and checking of a delivery notes and invoice which is involved make it unsuitable for a works where the necessary staff is not available. And it is to the contractor's advantage to make the cost as high as possible by wasting the material and employing inefficient workmen, as the contractor takes little risk and his profit is assured. Now another type of the contract is a cost plus fixed fee contract. So in this type of the contract, the contractor is paid by the owner, and an agreement fix lump sum amount over and above the actual cost of the work. And this fixed fee cover overhead profit to the contractor, and the fees does not vary with the actual cost of the work as in the case of the cost plus percentage rate contract. So here some of the advantages of a cost plus fixed rate contract or a fixed fee contract. So since the fixed fee cover the contractor's profit and overhead charges, the contractor shall naturally try to complete the work speedily in order to earn his fees as soon as possible. And also here some of the uh, disadvantages of the cost plus fixed fee contract. So here this form of the tender is not popular with the contractor, despite the fact that they cannot loss on it, and the contractors have to try to complete the work as early as possible, even by the purchasing the material at a higher rate and engaging labor at a high charges, and thus the owner may lose a reasonable amount. Now next type of the contract is cost plus sliding or a fluctuating fees contract. So in this type of the contract, the contractor is paid by the owner the actual cost of the construction plus the plus an amount of fee inversely variable according to the increase or decrease of estimated cost agreed first by both the parties. And the higher the actual cost, the lower will be the value of fee and vice versa. So here some of the advantage of the uh, cost plus uh, fluctuating fees contract. So here in this type of the contract, the contractor shall not try to increase the actual cost as in case of the cost plus percentage raise, or shall not be indifferent to in the case of cost plus fixed fee contract, because interest of contract is totally involved with the variation of actual cost. The actual cost is thus lower and lower, so both the owner and contractor will be benefit. This is the best of cost plus contract. And here some of the disadvantage that the estimated cost must be very accurately determined, and in case the estimate is much higher than the actual cost, due to insufficiency of the estimator, a contractor will get a more amount on the basis of saving and vice versa. Now another contract is a target contract. So here in this type of the contract, contractor is paid on a cost plus percentage basis of a work performed under this contract, and in addition he receive the percentage plus or minus on a saving or excess affected against the either a period agreed estimate of a total cost or a target value arrived at by measuring the work on a complete and evaluating at a period agreed rates. And here some of the advantages that in a target contract, so the contractor encouraged to use his skill and experience in keeping the cost as low as possible, and this type of the contract is profitable to both the contractor as well as the owner. And here some of the disadvantages in a target contract is that the contractor may show higher cost of the construction, and thus he gain more amount even covering the penalty for excess expenditure. Now last type of the contract is a BOT contract. BOT means built, B means built, O means operate, and T means transfer. So in this type of the contract, that contractor undertake to design, finance, construction, operate and maintain the work for a concession period in a construction of the exercise, and to enjoy the rights, power, benefit, privilege, authority and entitlements, including the amount receivable from the collection of charge levied on the beneficiaries who use the work, and in some causes amenities payment for each year. So here in a example like in a built operate transfer, for example, in this case of a road or a bridge, the contractor construct a structure and is entitled to collect the toll from the road user for the some period of time, and the construction cost of the construction of a project is same manner as the lump sum or item rate contract, and the tender then work out the cost of financing the project and its recovery from the collection of the tolls from the road user, and this collection of the toll done up to the collection of total construction cost. So here some of the advantages is there for a BOT project. So here first advantage, the main advantage that state or a public authority is not required to finance the project immediately, and the project is made to generate the fund and be self-financed to the extent required, and the development work which otherwise would get delayed can be undertaken forthwith. And this type of the contract is most suitable for a road construction and bridge construction. And also here some of the disadvantages, that the main drawback of this form of the contract is that it is not suitable for each and every type of the work. In a particular work which are not likely to generate a capital or self finance are not suitable for this type of the contract, like example like rural water supply, village road, city road, etc. So this type of the contract is only suitable at where we construct or we generate a capital cost or a toll tax. Here we complete types of the contract. Thank you.